Yes, that's what I told you this team would be this year on the offensive side. They are still a bat or two away, and the Giants go down haplessly to the San Diego Padres 4-0. 4-0. And Jung Hoo Lee is now batting 200. But you know what, Eric? That's a little higher than
Hold on, getting there. I know you're
another
going.
outfield. That's a little bit higher than another outfield. But you know what? On a good note, on a good note, 71 is the magic number.
That
tonight.
One, huh?
71. What does that represent? 71. That is a big number. If you raise your batting average in one night by 71 points, you got to believe that you are star-bound. 71 points. Yaz is now batting what, Eric? 071. Yes. 071 for Mike Yastrzemski. That would be a whopping 1 for 14. 1 for 14. And Jung Hoo Lee is now batting 200.
Yep.
7 for 35. 7 for 35.
35.
35. And his ground ball rate in Korea was, check this out, guys.
It was up there. It was like almost 60%, right?
It was almost 60%, guys. I sent this text to Eric earlier tonight. His ground ball rate, Jung Hoo Lee's ground ball rate of 58% in 22 and 59% in 23 can explain his lack of power production. A 59% ground ball rate would have ranked third in Major League Baseball among those with at least 300 plate appearances last season. What does that tell you guys? Well, if you're hitting the ball 59% on the ground in the KBO, where pitching, I mean, you got all day to wait for the ball to get to the plate. It's comparably.
Right. I get what you're saying.
To the major leagues.
Right.
So if he's hitting the ball 60% of the time on the ground, you got better defenders here and better scouts. And that rate could hit, I don't know what the rate is. He had a fly ball to left tonight, but his other outs were ground balls. And his last several outs, the last few days have been ground balls. I got to believe this is maybe, we did the Casey Schmidt jump too fast.
Yeah. Right.
It's still early. It's still early, and he'll make adjustments, and I think he can hit. I think he's going to figure it out. But it may take him a while because they're going to figure him out. Every batter has a weak spot somewhere.
Right. And he's got to figure out how to mitigate that weak spot. That's what he's got to do.
He's got to slash the ball down the third baseline, and go with the pitch because he likes the ball inside, according to what I read. On the scouting report, he likes the ball in. So
I didn't pay attention. Were they pitching him away a lot?
They did in the KBO a lot.
I'm gonna have to start paying attention to see where they pitch him a lot more now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But the Giants tonight,
4 hits.
4 hits. Yesterday they win on 3 runs. Keaton Wynn, bright spot, pitched a great game. Just had a really one bad pitch.
Yeah.
to Jerks and Giant Killer Profar. And the Giants lose 4-0. All the scoring was done in the first inning.
And that was it.
There was nothing happened afterwards.
Oh, what do you think about that play of in center field?
What's that?
That misplay of Lee in center field?
He lost it in the sun.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked like he lost it. And
that's something he's going to have to get used to.
Well, that's a bad time to play a game at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's not first inning, first batter, it's a horrible time, start time. I mean, by 5 o'clock, a lot of postseason, I should say, start around 5 o'clock in October. But the sun's a little bit different spot in October than it is in April. But 5 o'clock generally it's not right in the center fielder. And that glare, 6 o'clock, a little tough.
Yep.
And it makes, first game really, well, I guess it's his second game at Oracle besides, but first real twilight game, very tough to play at that time of the day. And, but the Giants are going to have to do something eventually. They're not going to win with this lineup. They're just not. There's too many weak spots.
You kind of said that before the season started. You were worried about 6 players, right?
I am, and I still am. They don't hit for average.
Correct.
I mean, who were the 6 I said? I think Conforto might have been one of the 6. I'm not sure. I know it was
Conforto was one.
Okay. Soler.
He's doing okay. Yeah. Soler was one. Chapman, Ahmed,
and Bailey. Yeah. Speaking of, Joe Schmo says he had his shot in camp. No, he didn't. He got hurt. Luciano had his chance.
Oh, yeah.
He got hurt and he lost his job. It was his job, and he lost it to injury, but Yaz did not. And now you're paying the consequences of it. Let me tell you what happening tonight in I had it up here. What happened? Luciano.
Yeah, I brought it up too.
Is batting. I lost it. Let me pull it.
I got it. You want me to bring up the box score?
Yeah, pull up the box score because he's hitting over 300. He's hitting over 300 for the year.
He's batting 400.
He walked 3 times tonight, which is a good sign.
Yep, walked 3 times. Struck out once.
Is that his batting average? 407? Yeah.
There. Yep.
407. Mato's hitting OPS over 1,000. Look at your top 2 guys right there. 1, 2. Can you blow that up a little bit?
Yep.
All right. Ramos. That's 290. I saw the 167. That's
290. Again, over 1,000 on OPS.
Yeah. So, and then we've got Schmidt and Sable really struggling.
Not too good. 3 2/3. Mason Black. That's not good.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants are going to struggle with this lineup, just period. Get used to, I told you guys, there'll be some games when they all hit together and they put up 7 to 10 runs, and it'll happen. But I believe a high percentage of their games are going to be they score 3 or less runs.
So they could get excellent pitching, but because of the lineup, you ain't going to be able to capitalize. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm saying I don't think they're going to need to pitch, and teams just have more talent than at the plate.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's still early, but yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, they
Soler again is kind of just not. I mean, he had that one good game, and then it's kind of back to what he was doing in the beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see. But I do. Soler's going to hit the ball hard. I just don't know if Lee is going to, after watching him a little bit more, I'm seeing these ground balls in the major leagues. They're going to need seeing eyes to get through.
Right. Otherwise, it's a ground ball's an out for the most part, right?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, unless you're really hitting it, over 95 miles per hour, which is considered a hard hit rate, right? 95. Anything over 95 is a hard ball. Hard ball. Lee does hit it hard at times. Yeah, he was tearing it up until I traded for him. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I haven't even looked at my fantasy team today. Let's see
you
how
got some bad news last night, man.
Let's see how bad it is today. Hey, 255. Got 13 hits and 55 at bats. Wow.
Nice.
No homers. Jeez. Is Michael out there?
I haven't seen him yet.
He might have. Let me see if he.
But D-Shot says they are who we thought they are.
Yeah.
Kind of been saying that.
Yeah.
Not tonight, Senior. This weekend is WrestleMania. There's Mike.
Where's Mike?
He's in there. What's up,
Hold
Mike?
on. Mike. What's up, Eric? Mike, you didn't want that trade? My goodness. I gave Mike a trade of a lifetime. And I left it up there for him. I left it up there for him for an hour. And he didn't he turned it down, basically.
Maybe he hasn't seen it.
No, he saw it. He turned the first one down, then I sweetened it up for him, and he still turned it down. And so I thought, well, gosh, you have to pay more.
You have to pay me to get me on the show, he said.
You have to pay me and let me come on the show. Come on the show. You can come on the show and explain why you turned that trade down.
Dan has sent me more junk than the mailman does.
Senior, listen to this. Listen to this trade. Listen to this trade. Everybody, Mike is. Tell me this is a junk trade. It was a junk trade for me.
Yeah, it was.
I wanted to see if Mike was really into fantasy baseball or if he was just a Giants homer. And I found out tonight that Mike Chapman is a Giants homer. Listen to this, guys. I offered him Luis Arias, the reigning batting champion of the National League. Yadi Diaz, the reigning American League batting champion. Dansby Swanson. Starling Marte. Juan Soto. Tariq Skubal. Framber Valdez. And Ryan Helsley for 6 Giants players named Tyro Estrada, Matt Chapman, Jorge Soler, Keaton Wynn, Wilmer Flores, and who was the 6th one?
Duvall.
And Duvall. So he was getting 2 aces. He was getting a closer that's as good as Duvall in Helsley. And he was getting Juan Soto, Dansby Swanson, Arias, and Diaz, and Marte, and he turned it down. And he turned that down. For Keaton Wynn, whose days are numbered once the rotation. No, Dan loves his Giants. No, I was just seeing what would happen if I played with all Giants is I was going to go ahead and get those Giants. I was going to pick up Yaz and have Yaz and Lee, and I had a deal for Conforto in place, and then I was going to pick up Wade, and I was just going to pick up Ahmed as my shortstop, and I would have figured a way to trade for Bailey, and I would have went with all Giants just to see what last place feels like. But no, Mike blew it. I wanted to just play all Giants and have a free summer of not worrying about trying to win.
Because Spencer Strider, that's where it all started. That's where it all started.
I figured, you know what? I traded for Strider. What? This ain't my year. When I trade for Strider and 48 hours later, the dude is going to need Tommy John.
You know what, though? That's across the – you look how many pitchers are going down.
I know.
It's not just – I'm telling you, you still got a great team, and you could still win this.
I still have a great team on paper, yeah, and I don't care. I mean, I really don't. I mean, it's like I got to have a life. Mike, come on, man. You're gonna keep Flora. You had a chance to get Framber Valdez, Tariq Skubal, and then I was gonna give you. Oh, I had Lee. I was gonna keep Lee. That's right. Then I thought, well, if he turned that trade down, I might as well. Maybe he's a big sucker. I'll offer Lee, since he's so in love with all the Giants, and Haniger, an ex-Giant, for Trout. And then he says, you got to do better than that. So I can't figure out Mike. He doesn't want Lee, but he wants the rest of these guys. Mike. Mike says, you can't force me to do anything I don't want to do. I know you're going to love your Giants. Okay. Man, I just wanted to. I should have just drafted all Giants.
As Senior said, Glenn drafted or picked up Bart for the third time.
Is it the third time or the second?
I don't know. I know it's at least two. You can't chase them, man. You can't chase these guys. Just put them in there, let them do their thing.
Yeah, you can't. You can't chase.
You try to chase it, you're gonna wind up.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the poorhouse like a gambler, always chasing his losses.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm down 100,000. Wait, Yippee, or what's his name? Ippy or Ippy?
Ippy.
Chasing his losses. Oh, I'm down $500,000. Let me win it all on this bet. I'll bet $500,000 to win. Get it all back. Oh man.
But what is going on with this lineup? Chapman in the freaking ninth inning.
Oh, Chapman is going to strike out so many times, guys. This is what I'm telling you. Chapman is a 230 to 240 hitter. He's going to get you some power. He's going to play great defense. And Ahmed's not going to hit worth a lick. Yaz is not going to hit. It's appearing Lee may struggle this year to find himself, just based on the fact that he's all the. I'm not saying doing an about face and say maybe I am. Maybe I am doing an about face on Lee because I'm seeing too many ground balls. And then I looked up what I remembered and saw a 60% ground ball rate. And that's in the KBO where guys are throwing maybe 90 tops, right?
Right.
90 average fastball in the KBO is like 88. And here he's going to face probably the average about 93, 94 with an occasional 98, 99. And then the off-speed pitches are going to, man. I don't know.
It's still early. We'll see what happens. He came out, like gangbusters.
It's early. I just don't like the sign of a lot of ground balls.
Correct.
If
Right.
he's hitting 60% ground balls in the KBO, how many is he going to hit here? I think it goes up.
It could. I mean, the good thing is at least he's not a walking strikeout, you know. At least he puts it in play. I mean, we could at least say that, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to strike out, but is he going to hit a lot of weak contact at the expense of not trying to strike out?
See what I'm saying? I see what you're saying. I got you.
Because we saw what happened when who's the guy I'm trying to remember that changed his swing to cut down on strikeouts and lost his power? Was it
Bart?
Was it Bart?
It was Bart.
Up? Yeah.
They messed with the swing. He wasn't, swinging for the fences anymore, but he was also getting weak contact.
Yeah. LDO says he noticed. You're going to notice a lot of ground ball. Anytime your ground ball rate is 60% in the KBO, I got to believe he's going to be closer to 65. Maybe, I don't know. Can we do, we have a way of.
It shows it on Baseball Reference.
Oh,
hold on. But it's good. The sample size is going to be pretty.
Yeah. He's only got 35 at bats, and they probably don't have tonight's at bats. It's probably 31.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Tonight he was, Lee was 0 for 4. And what did he do? He grounded out in the first. In the third, he grounded out. In the fifth or the sixth, he lined out to left. And in the eighth, he 75% tonight ground outs of his 4 at bats.
In the 8 games, or I should say 9 games, he's got a 55% ground ball rate.
On 31 at bats?
What is it? How many at bats does it show? Hold on. Let me see what the AB
What's their record now?
31 at bats.
So he had what? 31 at bats.
55.2% ground ball.
Okay, so 31. So that was 55. So 16 divided by 31. Wait, 17 divided by 31. Yes. 54.8, you said?
55.2 was his ground ball rate for 31 at bats.
That's not possible because
what it shows.
17 divided by 31 is 54.8. So let's say 17. And then tonight.
Do you want to go by plate appearances or at bats?
At bats.
Yeah, 31 at bats. And it says 55.
Okay, so tonight he went 3 out of 4. So he's 20 divided by 35. He's up to 57. So he's at his average in the KBO.
Right.
And that's a lot of ground. That's a lot of
ground balls. Yeah.
That's a lot of ground balls. And I think it's going to surpass 60. Now the problem is if you try and get the ball in the air, are you going to hit it with authority or are you going to just
correct? Is it going to be lazy fly? Right.
Because you're trying not to hit it on the ground.
Right. What other bright spot? Was there any really? No one had a multi-hit game, right?
No.
I don't think there was even an extra base hit, was there?
No, they got 2 runners to in scoring position, and one of them was when Cronenworth went and tagged the base instead of throwing to second for the force out.
Yep.
So they only had 2 runners reach second base tonight.
Gosh. Man.
And tomorrow is, so early. What's a must win this early in the season? But you want to see Webb go out and win tomorrow, right?
Win. Webb, he needs to go out.
Did I say win or Webb? I meant Webb.
You said Webb. I think you said Webb.
All right. Webb's got to basically go out there and keep them to 2 runs or less.
But the Giants got a score run.
That's what I say. They got the Giant. Yeah. You know, it's
here. Hold on. Let's bring up the box score, right? Let's break this down. Here we go. Wins ERA at a 5.7.
Here we go. What are we looking at?
The box score, of course, 0-4 for Lee. Wade had a hit.
Well, he's on my team. The Offers.
Soler, 0-for. Conforto had an 0-for today. Chapman.
That'll happen. It's going to happen. You just don't want to rack up.
Estrada got another hit. And there's Yaz.
Yaz.
Murphy, 2 strikeouts, no hits. And
this is the problem. You went out and got guys that really aren't guys that hit for average. The one case was Lee in the KBO. We'll see if that translates here. I do think he figures it out. I do think he can become a pretty good major league hitter.
Yep.
I am expecting, and as I said, even in the first 2 days of the season, that we're going to see ups and downs. We're going to see slumps. No LDO, it climbed 71 points. Our beginning, he climbed up 71 points today, his average, and he's now hitting 071 point. So 7% of the time, Yaz gets on base.
All right then.
I don't think he struck out, did he? Or did he the first time?
Who?
Yaz.
Yaz, no, he got a hit for his first at bat.
Was it his first at bat or
his second at bat? He struck out.
Oh, he did strike out. Okay, so he had 1 strikeout.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Rothberg says it's difficult to evaluate a player after 9 games. Wait till 90. It is very difficult, but I see patterns. I'm seeing patterns of, I'm not seeing the ball smashed hard. I'm seeing a lot of just grounders. But I think
the last couple of games have been like that for
yeah. I mean, he'll snap. He'll make an adjustment. He'll figure something out. Oh, I gotta stay back on the ball a little bit more instead of, lunging or going after pitches. I gotta, maybe work the count a little bit more as a leadoff hitter.
Right.
He is swinging at a lot of pitches early in the count. He's getting down 0-2, or he's going after the first ball, and I think pitchers, when you're hitting off an 88-mile-an-hour fastball versus 93, 94, makes a huge difference.
Hey, Deloading 1. Hey, haven't seen you in here before. Welcome. He says, cool seeing people like Greg having emotional breakdowns in the chat. My God, man, what am I looking at? All right, here's a little disclaimer. Greg is our resident. It's not even a curmudgeon. What would he be? A resident?
Resident
angry man.
Resident angry man, or I would just say, what is he saying that? I would say resident. They will lose tomorrow. Over, he says.
Season over.
Resident irrational.
Resident. Yeah, no worries, deloading. Just want to make sure, I know there's some new people coming into the chat.
Damn, would I trade Eldridge and Wisenhunt for Luis Arias? No, not even close. Doesn't take that much to get Arias. What was Arias's value? We looked at it the other day, or I guess we didn't. Let me take a look at old.
Going to trade values.
Because Arias is a guy you can go out and get right now, which I would.
Miami lost again. They haven't won one game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're not going to. That is the phone to be on the phone.
On the phone with who in Miami?
Hey, hold on. Let me. I can't balance this smoke right now. I'm just an assistant. Let me pass you over to the big guy.
Hey, I don't know about trading for Arias, but just show me where those Marlins hats are. Where are your Marlin hats at? I'm just here to review some Miami food. Don't give a shit about no baseball. Oh, man.
All
Come
right.
see, the Giants are pissing me off.
Oh, Luis Arias. Oh, my goodness. He does have value.
There you go.
Oh,
Deloading.
yeah, nice.
Okay, I kind of like where deloading is going. Because I think reactionary stuff this early is kind of stupid. Judge is batting 167. The Diamondbacks are 4-5 as well. Let's just all calm down and see. Exactly. I agree. It's early.
It's early. Yep. I'm just going off of what I saw at the beginning of the, season started.
I think the problem deloading is the Giants fans right now are a little bit well, not all of us.
Ooh, Yuri Perez. Is he's the one that had TJ?
Yes.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Stay away from him.
Look at this, guys. You see the values there? You see this column that's in the highlighted, shaded kind of beige? Yeah. Okay. Look at the Diamondbacks, the Marlins values. You got Perez. Of course, he's not that valuable right now. Luzardo.
He's going to be a trade piece.
Garrett.
Be a trade piece.
Chisholm. Look at this. Arias, Berger, Rogers, Cabrera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, Cabrera is 19.6. So that is 10 or 8 guys at 20. Because I'll jump it up. I'll round it up to the nearest
20 or above. You're saying?
Yeah. So that's 8 guys pretty much.
Right.
In Cabrera. Now look at the Giants, guys. Webb, 1, 2, Matos 3, Duvall 4, Luciano 5, Bailey 6. So what would it take? What was the deal that they said Wisenhunt and
Eldridge?
That actually is not enough to get Arias. What is enough to get Arias straight up is Matos.
Yeah. As far as this is concerned. But to go back to what Deloading was saying, there's a lot of reactionary takes because, look what the Giants have done the last couple of years. So you start seeing, when people start seeing kind of stuff that's happened last year, people start worrying already, even though it's 9 games in.
Hey, Glenn wants a deal. Glenn wants a deal. Glenn, I will send you a deal.
Oh,
what do you need? I will. Give me Joey Bart.
Yes, Matos. Agree, deloading. Matos.
Chisholm and Arias. Yeah, Ben Bamboo. Those are 2 guys that I've wanted for a while from the Marlins. You need speed and athleticism and hitting. The Giants still have no real exciting player on the team. I guess you could say Soler's pretty exciting. Right?
Sorry about that. Hold on. I'm just looking at something real quick.
I would say Soler is exciting. I would say Eric's exciting.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
just seeing if you're listening, dude.
I caught that one. Soler's going to do something, though,
Soler's exciting because he can, hit the ball 480 at any given moment.
He can, but
that doesn't mean he's efficiently he's exciting. It's something the Giants haven't had.
Here's a question, Dan, because I kept saying maybe you need to have Chapman behind him to protection, but is that really protection the way Chapman's swinging right now?
Oh man, Chapman isn't. I've just
I don't
telling
know,
you guys,
man.
I am not high on Chapman's bat. I know he had a couple of good games in San Diego or whatever. He's going to hit 20 plus homers, but he's going to strike out a ton. And he's going to hit you 230. And that's why
he did get plucked in the triceps yesterday too. So maybe there's some
he's fine. He would have taken the day off. I'm not a Chapman guy at the plate. Can he be is he an incredible defensive third baseman? Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. He's better than I've seen in a long time. He's really good. But so what? You know what? I think Casey Schmidt's a dang good fielding third baseman that doesn't cost anything. And I would have spent money on more pitching. I would have stacked my pitching lineup, and I would have gone out and got some bona fide hitters.
Man, now, as far as starting pitching, just as long as you got a healthy staff, it seems like you're going to do well because there's so many guys going down, man.
Well, you need a lot of pitchers to make it through a season. I mean, these guys are just going to be dropped. More are coming. I'll tell you. I hope I am. I don't want to see this happen, but I am with the rate of Tommy John. I am concerned.
Right.
You know who I'm concerned for?
I know it. Let me guess.
Go ahead. I think you're going to get it.
Logan Webb.
No.
Snell.
No.
Hicks.
I'm talking. Well, Hicks could be one,
but he just recovered from TJ.
Yeah,
right?
I'm concerned.
Harrison.
Kyle Harrison. And I'll tell you guys why. I talked to a physical therapist recently, and then we were talking baseball, and he's a baseball fan. And I said, what is it with the Tommy John? All these guys. And yet in my day, nobody had Tommy John hardly. And they pitched on 4 days rest.
Yeah.
He said, that's because guys the arm is designed to not throw much faster than 92, 93. And these guys are throwing it pretty hard. And he says, what the difference is they are throwing at early ages hard. So they are throwing at 13 and 14, high velocity. And that ligament, that ulnar, how do you say it?
UCL. I'll just say UCL.
Yeah, that UCL is getting stretched. It's like, think of it like a rubber band.
Right.
So you get this rubber band and just boom, 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 just keep stretching it. It starts to get a little bit fatigued, and then it just eventually it just snaps.
Yeah.
And so that's why you see when they have Tommy John, they throw faster or harder because the leg ligament that they replace the UCL with the leg is stronger.
Correct.
And so this why I'm concerned about Harrison is he's 22-ish. He's been throwing pretty hard at pitching. His ticket to the big leagues was his arm. He wasn't he's been throwing since he was in travel ball, and they're just ramping that speed up. So I am worried.
The only good thing with that though is he didn't go through 4 years of college doing the same thing before he got to the majors. But
he's still pitching in the minors. He's still pitching in the minors. Sure. So the only thing that the Giants are doing maybe is limiting his pitch count, which is maybe lengthening. The more you throw, I mean, Webb is susceptible I guess, because of all the innings he's pitched, and he had Tommy
Yes.
John. Bueller's had 2. Who else has had 2? A couple of other guys have had their second
There's
Tommy
quite a few.
John.
Yep.
Glasnow, has he had 2 or 1?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but there's so many guys, and
and Logan Webb's got a funky delivery too, the way he throws it.
Evaldi. Somebody said Evaldi. Evaldi's had 2.
There's a lot of people.
Hey, Mike, you want that trade back? You want to resend that trade I sent to you? Might be thinking it over.
Isn't that just part of pitching? How do you handle that? Well, maybe not focus on so much damn velocity. And isn't it another thing too? Throwing curves and sliders, that can't be healthy on the elbow as well. Especially with you're talking velocity. A lot of these guys are throwing sliders at 90 miles an hour. That's ridiculous, man.
Senior says, Dan, send me a trade. I'll work on one for you tonight, Senior. I'm looking to nuke this thing. Yeah, we don't want. What else we got here? Tonight's game is just boring. There's not a lot to talk about.
There wasn't a whole lot to talk about.
I mean, there was
back and forth.
I was watching the college basketball game.
I was watching WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Man, what has happened to wrestling out there, man? I watched the last 2 matches. I'm not impressed.
Sam Vasquez. Yes. Play the kids. You know what? We may get to that. Don't be shocked.
When do you think they would do that? Will you think they give them to May, June?
May. I think they go through. What did I say their record would be at the end of April? 12-17?
12-17, you said for April, yes.
And I said that when? The beginning of the season?
You said that a couple of days ago, yeah.
Or last week, while they were maybe starting the LA series?
It was in the LA series.
Yeah. I knew they were going to get swept by the Dodgers. And I told you this homestand would be 3-3. It could be 2-4. They do not play the Nationals well.
They don't play the Nationals well. I don't know.
And the Nationals are not playing well right now, and they could wake up. Yeah. They are 3 and what are the Giants? 3-6?
3-6.
3-6.
4th place.
I don't think they're a better team than the Padres right now. And then the Padres got Montgomery.
No, Arizona's got Montgomery.
They got Cease. I almost said Deese. Dylan's Deese. Deese. Yeah, Deese. Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, I Washington, I like Washington's bats. They come hitting, and when they bring up Dylan Cruz and James Wood, look out. The only thing I think isn't Senior would know isn't CJ Abrams out for a bit, or is he day to day? What's the deal with CJ Abrams?
Senior would know that. That's his guy, right?
Yeah.
We could talk a little about tomorrow. If Webb has a bad outing tomorrow, is it time to raise the alarm a little bit on what's going on with Webb?
If Webb has
that's 3 starts in a row. That's a little bit weird.
If Webb has a bad outing, I would say
he's day to day, Dan, real quick.
Day to day. Hopefully he's in the lineup against the Giants. I like watching him play. Lane Thomas, is he out too? Bruised pinky. Bruised pinky finger. All right.
Whatever.
Ronnie Lott just cut the thing off and play.
But seriously, Webb, is it an issue if he has a bad outing tomorrow, or is it just whatever?
If it's bad, yes. If it's bad, I think it's a concern. It raises a red flag. Let's see. Low Steve says Tom Seaver's first 10 seasons innings pitched 251, 278, 273, 291, 281, 277, 268, 256, 287, 248. 3 days rest, few weights and supplements, and rarely got hurt. Yeah. Those guys, because they weren't, I think these guys that are working out, pitchers also, the weights and all that, I think it's making those tendons tighter. I mean, like, so tight that everything is chiseled. I mean, they're just, I don't know, maybe Webb's a guy that doesn't look, Webb looks more old school to me. He looks like a guy that's a pitcher that throws 92, 93 sink and hits the corners. He's a little bit, he's not cut, he doesn't look like some of these pitchers. He's a little bit more on the, I don't know, he's not fat, but he's a little bit stocky. There's a good word for it. A little stocky. So maybe guys like that have a little bit more ability to stay, away from the injury. We'll see. What is Eric pulling up here?
Check that out. Check those out for innings pitched.
Well, this not be better than one of your stinking old timers.
It's an old timer, all right.
I mean, it's got to be somebody from
Look
the
at
60s.
that, though. Come on.
Better be somebody from the 60s on.
No.
All right.
No.
You know what?
Look at that, though. I don't care. Look at that.
I don't care. You're
482 innings pitched.
I throw lob ball 482 innings. Okay? I can get up there and just.
It's not. They're not lobbing it, man.
No, those guys are just BP.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No guy that could pitch.
Come
like
on.
That. Hey, not even the great Gibson and Jenkins and Marichal threw 482 innings. They threw 300 plus.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, this one? This trade?
Sending
Asian Alliance is sending Conforto. He didn't have Conforto. Glenn didn't have Conforto.
I think it's the other way around.
Dilly had Conforto.
So, hold on. No, Glenn had Max Muncy, Harrison, and Bailey. That's who Glenn had.
Glenn had Harrison, Muncy, and Bailey, yeah.
So now he's going to get Conforto and Jansen.
Oh, he wanted that.
Interesting.
I had a deal with Dilly tonight with Conforto, but didn't take it. So Harrison is going over to Dilly. Come on, Mike. You want some Giants? Or I need some Giants. You want some stars for Giants players? Come on, Mike. I want to set up an all Giants team. I'm going to pick, in fact, I might just pick up Nick Ahmed right now. Come on, Mike. I'm giving you, what do you want? Soto? Glenn, he would take, he sent me a trade offer the other night for Kyle Harrison for Corbin Carroll. Oh. Come on, Mike. Send me that deal. Send me all 6 of your Giants. All right.
Here we go, Dan. Here we go. How about this? See if you know this pitcher. This is his first year, second year, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's his 17 years there.
Gaylord Perry.
Nope. Anyone can guess who that is?
Ferguson Jenkins, Bob Gibson, Juan Marichal.
Who are you going to go with?
Any one of those guys.
Fergie.
Okay.
That is Fergie Jenkins. Yep.
I knew it was that era because I've seen
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And the guy threw in the 90s. It's not like he was wasn't like he was lobbing it.
Yeah, Los D said there was no relief pitchers before Eric's.
Correct. And you know how many starting pitchers they had? Like 3.
Yeah, so they're just out there throwing. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Every second day they're throwing the ball, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, so they weren't throwing hard. Their arm, I guarantee you, they couldn't hold up throwing hard. I'll bet you those guys in that era were throwing about 80 to 82 miles an hour. Seriously. You can't pitch that hard and go back.
But you know what? You still can get guys out.
Sure you can. Yeah. We saw Pablo get guys out. We've seen other guys that just
Jamie Moyer.
He
got guys out. You just got to be able to. Maddox. He wasn't a hard thrower, but boy, he freaking carved you up.
See, Eric. There's no Tommy John back there throwing underhanded.
You know what though? There's a lot of guys that had elbow issues, but they didn't know what it was. As a matter of fact, Satchel Paige, I know he had issues with his shoulder and elbow, but he just kind of let it heal.
Yeah. Ball players had jobs. Yeah, exactly.
Different.
Outside of baseball, they were out. They worked in the off season.
Do you
think Willie Mays was the first player to get $100,000 in 1971 with the Mets?
Good. I like that, Eddie.
72 or whatever it was.
Kirk Reeder, absolutely.
Logan Webb, Mike has had Tommy John surgery, I believe, in the minors.
He has had Tommy John.
Yeah. That is incorrect.
And here's the thing. Do you think MLB looks at this, the issue with pitchers' arms? You think they get involved somehow?
No.
Because it hurts the game.
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
I don't know.
You going to tell guys to stop throwing hard?
Yeah, I know. I honestly don't know, man.
It's all this drive line. It's this infatuation with speed and power. These geeks have ruined the game. Geeks, guys like Farhan, the geeks that Major League Baseball has let into the game is ruined the game because now you got guys trying to change their speed from, 92 to get all of a sudden get up to 97. Guys that throw, and they're trying to be able to increase the speed, and then guys are just launching for home runs. There's no more great pitchers like Greg Maddux,
right?
And
the last one that's kind of like
great
it,
hitters
I guess,
like Tony Gwynn.
I mean, Greinke, I guess, is kind of like, similar, maybe. I don't know. No, he had Tommy John too, didn't he? Didn't he?
Who's that?
Greinke? Pretty sure he did. Yeah.
Zach was a pitcher. Hey, speaking of guys, Brandon Belt should be, we talked about this. There was an article in The Athletic. He should be out there on somebody's team. He had an OPS like 900 or something last year and almost over I think it was like 980 against right-handed pitching.
Wow. How many at-bats did he have?
Last year, pull it up. He had a good year.
His average wasn't the greatest, but whose is anyway?
I think it was above average, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 259?
250.
Was it 250?
Yeah.
That's still over the major league average.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 254. I'm bad. It was 254.
Yeah.
He had 339 at bats. So it's not a very big
Tell me a
sample
team
size.
can't use that?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think the Giants could use him.
Oh, I don't think he's going to come to the job.
He's not, but a lot of players are upset with on the current Giants that he doesn't have a job. Mike, Belt is not done. How could you say Belt is not done? Look at his stats last year, Mike. Come on, you're the same guy that turned down Juan Soto for Keaton Wynn. I'm not listening to you that you say Belt's done. You said
I don't think Belt's done. I think he might be done as an everyday first baseman.
yeah,
I would say
not
that.
done. He's not done as a
But
ball player. Look at his OPS. Slide it over. Show the OPS for 23.
Oh, hold on. 858.
858. My goodness. 19 homers?
19 homers, 23 doubles. A lot of strikeouts, but that's what everyone does. That's what everyone does. I mean, he would be a great DH. Oh yeah. I would love to reignite the Belt where there is. You either loved him or hate him when he's on the Giants.
Why hasn't a team signed him, Mike? Because there's some kind of weird stuff going on in baseball.
There is some weird stuff going on there, Mike, because look how long it took for a lot of these teams to sign.
I mean,
a lot of these players
Donovan Solano's not signed either. Neither is Tommy Pham. Neither is Trevor Bauer. I think
Brandon Belt.
I think the Atlanta Braves, if they're smart, they're the favorites to win the World Series this year.
Well,
now they're losing. Now they're losing Strider. Go sign Trevor Bauer. Go sign Trevor Bauer. He's not Strider, but he will.
It's better than whatever else you can bring up.
Exactly. Go get Trevor Bauer. The fans in Atlanta will not revolt. They want a championship. They have a championship team. Man, some owners got to have some gonads. Seriously. Come on. This is ridiculous. What are you chuckling at?
No, just you.
Gonads?
Gonads.
Yeah. It's baseball. Have some balls. Come on. Get Trevor Bauer signed. It's ridiculous. Man. If Senior, you have a vendetta. You have a personal vendetta against Bauer.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Shut up. I didn't talk to you. What are you talking about? I didn't even touch you.
This contact info where you look.
I'm not talking to you. Where are you getting off, Siri? I'm on a podcast right now. Excuse yourself.
Holy Smoke says, guys, Bile will never pitch in MLB again.
What's going on with Siri? My phone's sitting here and she starts talking.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
What's that?
They exposed the MLB exposed the MLB with the spin rate stuff.
I gotta turn Siri off. I don't know what her problem is. I'm just talking and I didn't even touch my phone. Oh yeah, yikes. Hey Mike, I hope you know I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't mean anything. Nothing personal. I'm just having fun with you. But I do think you made a crazy decision not to take Framber Valdez, Tariq Skubal, Ryan Helsley, Juan Soto, Dansby Swanson, Luis Arias, Yadi Diaz, and Christian Encarnacion Strand for 6 Giants who are average to mediocre, and you kept the Giants.
I hear a little salt in that. That's a little salty there, Dan. Just a little bit.
He took away my fun of having all Giants and trying to see if
he wants you to work at winning.
I want to see what it's like to have all Giants, and if they come in last place. If I come in
Dan
last
just wants
place.
to give up. You want to give up?
I never wanted in the league in the first place, guys.
Come on, man. Where's that competitive spirit? I know you got it in you, Dan. You
know
got
what?
it in you.
Yeah, the problem is I'm up at 2 a.m. doing this, studying. I should be sleeping.
But it's fun, though.
And it's 162 freaking games.
It's fun. It's fun. You know what
It's
you
not
gotta
like
do?
football. It's week to week, and I can bounce
You know what you
a
do?
week, and I get waivers, and I'm done. I'm doing waivers every day.
No, come on. Leave your team alone. Let it play.
So I want to leave it alone. Give me all Giants, and I'll win the pennant.
but the only thing you got to do is if the guys have a day off or something, you gotta switch them out. That's all you got to do. Everything else, just let it go.
Football is all luck. Don't tell me that. I'm a champion. It's not luck.
Oh,
I know
senior
it's
Dan, not a real fantasy player.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
he's hitting it below the belt, man. Oh, man.
Okay. He's coming at me.
Ooh.
Coming at me. All
You know what? I think these 2 starting pitchers that I got on my IL are going to pay off some dividends to me, I think.
I got pitchers on my IL too.
Yeah.
I got Scherzer.
See, you got Scherzer.
And Bradish. I'm fine, guys.
I say you play for the win.
If I stay for the win, I'll win the league.
Play for the win, man.
I'll win the league if I stay in it. But any more Tommy Johns, any more trades that I make and guys go down, kiss of death.
Yeah, Will has a lot of pitchers on the deal. He does. Yep. That was
What place am I in, Mike? I think I'm in 10th, soon to be 12th. How's that? I'm in 10th place. I can't even accept this trade from Dilly now because he already made it.
Hey, guys, we'll get back into more baseball. We'll just get into this real quick. So, Senior says, are you declaring right now on April 6th you are going to win the league?
Let's just put it this way, Senior. I don't know if I'll win it, but I'll be above you in the standings when it's all over.
Oh, okay.
Guarantee it.
Oh, wow. Let's see what we got here.
Dan is showing he has no idea to play fantasy baseball. Baloney. I know how to play fantasy baseball. My heart's not in it. There is no playoffs, Heroku. It's all, what do they call it?
Rotisserie.
Rotisserie. It's just, I'm not panicking, Mike. I don't like playing. I didn't want to play in this league, and I got talked into it, and I'm already regretting being in it because it's taking more time than I wanted it to take, which is, I got a lot of other things in my life that I need to be doing that I'm not doing. MF wants to take over my team. Might do that. Send me $50 and you're in. Even though it costs 25. There's always an upcharge. Everything's always you always got to make money. So remember, secure money. You want to learn how to make money?
You got a lot of people want to take over.
Give me a call. Marquette wants to take over. All right. Whoever sends me $50 can have my team. It's a good team on paper.
That team, I'm saying you just let it ride, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. I was so close to pulling it. I mean, all as Mike had to do was accept that trade and I was done. I had no leverage. I was done. I gave up everything just to see if he would do it. Now I know Mike's not serious about winning. Mike, you can't be serious about winning, keeping all those Giants You kept Wilmer Flores, Keaton Wynn, Tyro Estrada, Matt Chapman, Camilo Duvall, and who was the other guy?
I can't
Soler.
remember. Soler.
Soler's your best player in Duvall. But you were getting Juan Soto in the deal, Yadi Diaz, Luis Arias, Scooble. Like,
that's rough, man.
that's not rough. It's third place. You know what? It's so early. So early.
It is.
So early.
It is. That's rough.
Hey, Greg. I'm in an ornery mood tonight.
Oh no.
Hey,
I
Greg.
think Greg's messing. Greg is messing.
That's a. I want to put him in timeout though, just for the heck of it.
Oh man.
I want to put everybody in timeout tonight.
Oh man.
I'm salty, man.
And you know what I love? This is what I love. You went, Mike, it's not personal. I'm just having fun. And you have proceeded to go on and say, you're not serious about winning. You're keeping Giants. I'm giving you Soto. I'm giving you this. How can you do that?
All right. I'm going to send this trade. Oh, wait. 3 minutes ago, I got a Dilly trade. Guys, come on. Anybody want to take advantage of me right now? Go ahead.
Oh, man. That's too funny.
Ooh, Dilly. Maybe. Maybe. We're just shooting it tonight, guys. I mean, the show was supposed to be over about 45 minutes ago.
We're just having a little bit of fun now.
Yeah, a little bit of fun because
today's game kind of wasn't fun. 4 hits, no runs.
Get used to it, guys. This is going to be a lot of post-game shows where we're just shooting the crap because
did the Giants sell out today? I didn't even pay attention.
I didn't look like a sellout.
I saw some open seats on the lower deck when the game started.
Yeah.
Down the third base line.
Let's see.
Attendance was 40,000. Maybe they just showed up late.
I got to get something to eat, man. I don't know. What am I? Hold on here. 1 second.
Will Martinez was at the game. If he shows up on the chat, he might give us the lowdown. Wait, Glenn, wasn't Glenn at the game? Glenn, were you at the game? Are you out there still?
Glenn, yeah, he was at the game.
What was the crowd like? Was it pretty packed?
I think it looked pretty good on it looked not bad on TV. Wow. Dilly, you got me thinking there. Yeah, I got actually some real. I could have had Mookie Betts tonight, guys. I could have had Mookie.
How come you didn't pull the trigger?
Just giving up too much. If I'm going to surrender, I want to surrender. I want to surrender going down with these guys because this is the way I look at it. If I'm going to watch the Giants play all year, and I don't care if I finish in last place, or at least I can win in fantasy maybe if they do well, and then maybe, and if not, if they do well, then the Giants do well, and then I do all right. Senior says I will not let Dan surrender.
Oh, he's the commish. He'll block the trades.
Yeah, I wonder if he would have blocked that trade. Mike had himself set up to win the league, but he hung on to Keaton Wynn, Wilmer Flores, Tyro Estrada, Matt K. Chapman, and remember, hey Mike, just so you know, you don't get any credit for defense in this league. There's no defensive metrics or stats in this league. So
just pitching and offense.
So you're relying on Matt K. Chapman to get you going. So
let's see how everyone did today.
Surrender, Dan, just like last season. I don't know what that means. Oh, surrender, Dan, just like the season. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly, Brian. I'm working hard to get that media credential. Oh, man. Dodger. Yeah. You know what I really wanted to do? I wanted all Dodger players. If I really want to win the league, I want all Dodger players. At least they're exciting to watch. Greg, I'm with you. Yeah. I should get going and watch some TV tonight.
Just taking a look at this real quick.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, look at both of us.
Both of us in the phones, yep.
Yeah. Come on, Eric. Get off the phone. Come on. Another Saturday night. I should just hit the abort button right now and just blow up.
The abort button. We're out.
Just like boom. It's just gone.
Just seeing how everyone did today.
Well, I agree with you, Greg. I think that I think this team is if they don't change their ways and start playing their young guys that can hit the ball, come on. You're going to stick with a 34-year-old Yaz over Luis Matos? And I'm telling you, you guys are going to get real tired of Nick Ahmed. I love Nick Ahmed as a person.
Right.
Great guy. Nothing bad to say about him. He's a strong man of faith. I really like Nick Ahmed, but you're going to get tired of that bat. You'll like his glove, but when you see this team, I mean, imagine Luciano coming up and, are you getting up to go get, a soda, leaving the room to go get a soda or go take a leak? If Luciano's up, or when Nick Ahmed comes up, it's like, okay. In fact, you can almost do it for the whole lineup for the Giants. You can just about go get your chores done or cook dinner during the home games, during the bottom half of the innings, because there's not going to be a lot of action. This lineup, this lineup has just hole after hole in it, man. You got to bring up some young guys that have power and speed. That's what the game is about today. And some athleticism. Let me show you. I'm just going to pull up. Let's just do this for an exercise, Eric, real quick. I'm going to pull up my phone because it takes long. I'm just going to look up the box score of, let's take a team like the Pirates and the Orioles. Let's look at the box score. Okay.
Oh.
Gunnar Henderson, Ali Rutschman, Santander, Westberg, Mullins. Okay. Cowser. There's some guys you want to watch hit. How about Pittsburgh? O'Neill Cruz, Brian Reynolds, Henry Davis. He's supposed to be a good hitter. Kebron Hayes, Cincinnati. How many guys do they got worth watching? You know, but a lot of these guys, they're young players, are fun to watch.
Orioles are going to be getting more. They got
yeah. Glenn says lots of empty seats, upper bowl yesterday. Eric, you could have sat with me and had the whole row to ourselves if you had come down.
That's
crazy. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta grab a snack here.
All right, that's incredible. Wow, even on opening day, or was that was opening day yesterday? That's incredible.
Wait, let me rephrase that. Nick Ahmed's up. I gotta go. I'll be right back. I gotta get a snack.
Yeah, Jackson Holiday will be coming up soon for the Orioles. Who's the other guy? Mayo, I think, is another guy that's going to be coming up for the Orioles. Orioles got a lot of guys that are going to be coming up, going to be playing a big part for their team this year, no doubt about it. Yeah, that's something else we could talk about. Joey Bart with this new team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, hits a bomb in his first at bat and then hits a double. How about that? We'll see how he does, though. We'll see how he does in the long term. You know, it's one game. Dan is starting his streak of eating on the show. I think that's like every show, Jimmy. I don't think the streak has been stopped. So what you got this time, RX bar? Banana. There you go. Cramping up, huh?
Yeah, I had dinner and everything, but I don't know. Maybe those watching the game and had some pork ribs on the barbecue. Forgot about them. They all got toasted.
Crisp, huh?
Yeah. Charbroiled crisp. I was watching the UConn Purdue basketball game and the Giants game, and got caught up in that. So we have some guys who want to take over my team, huh?
Think so.
MF. Good to hear, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn was just telling us he was at the game yesterday, so he's going to be able to tell you what exactly. He said there was a whole row to himself up there. There you go. There you go, Mike.
Oh, they announced it over 40,000. They always do that, the Giants.
They do that all the time, yeah.
It's an organization built on fabrication. It's a nice way of putting it. They have a bunch of fabricators. How's that? Is that a softer way of saying?
That's a softer way. I know exactly where you're going.
I mean, why do you got to make up the attendance like it's a sellout?
I know. Dan is the John Fisher of the league.
Oh, senior.
Wow, man. He's coming up with some.
Senior coming out with some smoke. All right, Senior. I'm sending you a trade right now.
Yeah, it's ticket sales. Exactly. I think it's ticket sales. I don't think it's how many people actually attended. Because I think those are two. I agree, Senior. I think those are two very different numbers there. Sure, the ticket sold, but how many people showed up?
Let's see. Senior.
There you go, Hope. Exactamundo.
All right, Senior.
Here we go. See what you did, Senior? You can't do that to Dan on a show because then he loses all track of the show and goes straight to the phone and making deals. You see, he didn't even hear one damn word I said.
I heard it.
Oh, man.
You got to, on one condition, you got to take this trade, Senior. One condition, you got to take my injured guys.
He said, Dan, I call you Fisher because you are trying to sabotage your team.
Oh, no, I'm not at all. This is, look, there we go. I just sent him a nice trade.
Send him a nice trade.
See if he accepts it. There'll be cries of I'm putting the commissioner in a very precarious situation right now.
Let's see. Senior hasn't said anything about it.
Let me see how that deal looked. I might have to. I think he'll reject it. He says LOL. He can't accept that. I wanted Turner and Tatis. He won't give them to me. And I wanted a rebate, one of the closers. I needed saves. But he wouldn't do it. I was offering him Arias, Diaz, Swanson, Carroll, Lee, Langford, Soto, Story, Skubal, Valdez, Kelly, Helsley. Why wouldn't you take that deal? Yeah, where's Chardal? We need Chardal, man. Bring Chardal. The Giants. Chardal, come on in. The Giants have got 10 runs combined in the last 5 games.
In the last 5 games.
Wasn't 1 game, but it's 5 games. So you can come on in so I can leave. Chardal, come on in and I will depart.
Yeah, I remember that clip. I can't remember the player's name, but yeah, that was pretty funny.
Hey, how's the new PA announcer out there? How's the new PA announcer out at Oracle? Any Will Martinez, is he in the chat tonight?
I haven't seen him. He might be driving.
Okay. Yeah.
If I accepted that team, I would have to drop the rest of my team.
But I would give you a better team. All right. I think we're about done. We're done. We went, like I said, we're an hour and 25 minutes in. That is about 45 minutes more than.
Yep. Exactly. It's hard to do that when you got a team that's going out there only putting up 4 hits, no runs.
Yeah. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You guys want some what's the pitching matchup? Webb, is it Webb against their number 5 starter? Let me see what the pitching matchup is.
Senior says you offered 13 guys for 3.
Yeah, you could have. I know. You called me John Fisher, so I wanted to be like John Fisher.
The only problem is you can't hold that many people on the damn roster.
He would have had to cut some.
Yep.
But he could have picked and choose who he wanted.
Senior says, Dan, your team is stacked. You'll be fine.
I don't know what's wrong with my team. They can't hit. They're like the Giants. Mike says, why did I change my name to the Ophers? Great question. Because they're all 0 for 4. Ophers. It's what they do. It's what we do. It's kind of what we do.
It's a little bit better today. You're at 255. It's okay.
Oh, Mike sent me a trade. Let's see before we close this out. Maybe it's a real trade. Let's see. Jung. Oh, you sent me the wrong Chapman. I want Giants Chapman. I can't do that one though, Mike. I have a split personality. I'm either all in or an all out. That's a half measures trade. Yeah, Brian Iglesias says, can't wait to see Webb get caned tomorrow. Yeah.
What's the start time tomorrow?
Should be about 110. 110, 105. Let me see. Tomorrow, Sunday, 105. It's Waldron against Logan Webb. Who's Waldron?
Who the hell's Waldron?
It's number 61 versus number 62.
Is it going to be a bullpen game for San Diego? Never heard of Waldron.
I don't know.
Man, we didn't even get to see the fancy lights tonight, did we? You got to do something to get the fancy lights, right?
Yeah, it may be a while before you see the lights. Yeah. They'll be nights. They'll be nights.
Isn't Oracle capacity like 42,000?
41, 42, something between 41 and a half to 42. Yeah.
Waldron, the knuckleballer.
Is he a knuckleballer?
Is he?
Who said
hepatitis? Don't know.
Huh. Will Martinez is in the house. What a snooze fest that game was. It was over in the first inning. Yeah, exactly. But you got your Camilo Duvall bobblehead.
Hey, Will, did it look like it was 40,000 people out there? Or is
They
that
didn't
a bunch
announce
of
the
BS?
attendance tonight at 40, did they?
I'm just looking at the box score.
What's it say tonight?
40,000.
No, they're fabricating again. There's no way there was 40. I bet
Yes,
you
he throws a knuckleball. Oh, my God. Giants are done.
No, jeez. Giants can't hit a straight ball. There's certainly not going to be a hit one that's going.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to enjoy watching this one. Oh, there's Chardall.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Waldron.
Here we go, Giants. Yeah. Take my glasses off, play some ball. Now I got my vision back. Way back. Off the wall here. Let's see if I can play it off of
You're going to put a hole in the wall.
let's play it off of this is the Green Monster. You see that?
That was pretty good.
Did you hear the thud?
I heard the thud.
Let's see if we get one that rolls up the wall.
A double wall. Dan's playing some tricks. He said, yes, it did. When 302 and 333 and 334 have fans, that means it's a full house. Okay, there you go. So it was a full one tonight, he says.
Interesting. Yeah, it might freak out my wife exactly with all these banging. Chardal, we should have Chardal take over my fantasy team.
Oh my god.
What are you doing with him? Exactly.
That's pretty good. Some Giants bashing. Stay for Dan playing catch with himself. What am I doing with my life on a Saturday night?
Oh man, Brian, you got to go out on a date or something, man. Oh. All right. Well, tomorrow we'll be back. I don't know whether to go with the Padres or the Giants tomorrow.
I would think with Webb being home, as long as Webb is Webb, if Webb is off, it ain't getting done.
Webb usually pitches good on Sunday afternoons at Oracle. I would think the Giants, but I have a feeling, this is what I have a feeling, is the Giants don't get much runs that the guy pitches 5 to 6 innings if he's a knuckleballer. And Webb goes 6 to 7 strong innings. And once Webb leaves the game, Padres score a few runs. I think it's a no decision tomorrow for Logan Webb. And the Padres pull it out 4-3.
Will Martinez, I've asked myself that many times talking about what Brian said. I also heard Dan is trying to trade injured starting pitchers for bets.
No, I offered a really good deal. I had a big deal for your brother. He actually offered me bets back, but I actually turned the deal down. I could have had bets. What was that deal? It was, let me see if I can find it. It was earlier today. Team Martinez. They wanted Diaz, Soto, Valdez, Corbin Carroll, Skubal, and Helsley for Candelario, George Springer, Michael Kopech, and Mookie Betts. I turned it down. It's a little too much to give up my top 2 pitchers, my top 2 outfielders, and my closer.
Pretty steep.
But, yeah, pretty steep. That was a little too much. So, yeah. My test tonight was to see if Mike would actually take the bait. But like he said, he's in 4th place and I'm in 10th. So, all right, guys. Everybody have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon after the Giants Padres series finale. Probably be on tomorrow, 3:45-ish. And
Sounds about right.
we'll see you then tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.